I get to kill things dead.
See, kids, this is why you don't join the army. No, I'm just kidding. Join the army. Join the military. Join anything you want.
If you're a social justice warrior, join the army because the army needs to be reformed. And we'll put you on the front lines, and you can spout your rhetoric there.
Make a penal battalion out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
That's what you do. You charge them at ISIS to hold them up. To
Exactly.
kind of hold them in, and then you bomb the shit out of them.
I like the idea.
Give them muskets and bayonets and make them charge in shiny uniforms.
Yep.
They can be all the colors of the rainbow they want.
Just like the British during the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
Give them rubber swords.
I still believe we should put feminists on the front line because they want to be on the front line.
The who? The feminists on the front line?
Yeah.
But they'll just complain about the patriarchy keeping them down, and then just.
They'll be dead by
then.
They'll be dead by then.
Yeah, they'll be down 6 feet.
Because we would give the enemy their location.
Well.
Oh.
And then accidentally,
I don't think they should be allowed if they can't pass to the same standard that a man would, because otherwise you're just a liability. If you can't, because what they're doing now is, I guess, the qualifications for a woman on the front line is lower than a man, so you're not as capable of a soldier.
Right.
But then again, we haven't had a quote-unquote real war in a long time. Like a World War II or World War I status war, they would be sending all kinds of people to the front,
Where we just sent everybody and went, fuck it. The enemy will sort them out.
Excuse me.
What the
That was a
fuck just
cough.
happens?
Yes, it was.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, Jen, thank you very much. I'm glad how you went right there. You did it. You clarified it. Perfect.
I honestly wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if that was a sneeze or a cough, but
I think I'm just picking on
Sure if I
Jen
should say.
tonight.
that's okay. I got a funny story that I saved for you guys. I'm gonna.
Oh,
Ah, you
Okay.
did. Oh, fuck.
I mentioned it to you.
oh, Loki just coughed. That's what you just heard. It was a cough.
Oh, is that what that
Well,
was?
when I sat down to hear yours, I hadn't fully had my earphones on, so I actually wasn't sure if I should say that you or not.
Which story?
This is the story I'm gonna read.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's a fake story or not. I honestly don't care because it's funny anyway. But
All
the title-
is fake story. All of it.
probably is, but it's still funny. So the title of it: parents think their son's pet lizard is pregnant, have a hilarious experience at the vet's office.
Alright.
So it starts off here. Here's what happened. Just after dinner one night, my son came up to me to tell me there was something wrong with one of the two lizards he holds prisoner in his room. The kid said, "He's just laying there looking sick." He told me, "I'm serious, Dad. Can you help?" I put my best lizard healer expression on my face and followed him into his bedroom. One of the lizards was indeed laying on his back looking stressed. I immediately knew what to do. "Honey, come look at the lizard." "Oh my gosh," his wife exclaimed. "She's having babies." "What?" my son demanded. "But their names are Bert and Ernie, Mom." I was equally outraged. "Hey, how could that be? I thought we said we didn't want them to reproduce," I said. "Wife?" "Well, what do you want me to do? Post a sign in their cage?" she inquired. I think she actually said this sarcastically. "No, but you were supposed to get 2 boys," I reminded her in my loving, sweet, calm
Jen, you're
voice.
coming in and out really badly.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
I'll just do it like that then.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll repeat the last sentence. No, but you were supposed to get 2 boys, I reminded her in my most loving, calm, sweet voice while gritting my teeth. "Yeah, Bert and Ernie," my son agreed. "Well, it's just a little hard to tell on some guys, she informed me, again with sarcasm. But now the rest of the family had gathered to see what was going on. I shrugged, decided to make the best of it. "Kids, this is going to be a wondrous experience. We're about to witness the miracle of birth." "Oh, gross," they shrieked. "Well, isn't that just great? We're going to have a litter of tiny little lizard babies," my wife wanted to know. We peered at the patient. After much struggling, what looked like a tiny foot would appear, briefly vanishing a scant second later. We don't appear to be making much progress, I noted. It's a breach, my mom whispered, the wife whispered, horrified. Do something, Dad, my son urged. Okay, okay. Squeamishly, I reached in and grabbed the foot when it next appeared, giving it a little gentle tug. It disappeared. I tried several more times with the same results. Should I call 911? My eldest daughter wanted to know. Maybe they could talk us through the trauma. Let's get Ernie to the vet, I said grimly. We drove to the vet with my son holding the cage in his lap. Breathe, Ernie, breathe, he urged. I don't think lizards do Lamaze, his mother noted to him. The vet took Ernie back to the examining room. I peered at the little animal through a magnifying glass. What do you think, Doc? A C-section? I suggested scientifically. Oh, very interesting, he murmured. Mr. and Mr. Cameron, may I speak to you privately for a moment? I gulped, nodding for my son to step outside. Is Ernie going to be okay? My wife asked. Oh, perfectly, the vet assured us. This lizard is not in labor. In fact, that isn't ever going to happen. Ernie is a boy, you see. Ernie is a young male, and occasionally as they come into maturity, like most male species, they masturbate, just the way he did laying on his back. He blushed, glancing at my wife. We were silent observing this, so Ernie just excited, my wife offered. Exactly, the vet replied, relieved that we understood. More silence. Then my wife started to giggle, and then even laugh loudly. What's so funny? I demanded, knowing but not believing that the woman I married would commit the upcoming affront to my flawless manliness. Tears were now running down her face. It's just that I'm picturing you pulling on its tiny little cheek ass from where air developed. Laughter once more. That's enough, I warned. We thanked the vet and hurriedly bundled the lizard and our son back into the car. He was glad everything was going to be okay. I know Ernie's really thankful for what you did, Dad, he told me. Oh, you have no idea, my wife agreed, collapsing with laughter. 2 lizards, $140. 1 cage, $50. Trip to the vet, $30. Memory of your husband pulling on a lizard's winky? Priceless. Moral of the story, pay attention in biology class. Lizards lay eggs.
So that was his little penis?
That was his little penis.
I was wondering where the story's going because I did remember.
So he was jerking off a little lizard
He just jerked off a little lizard.
in Mycroft denters.
Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck are you even talking about right now?
Masturbating lizards.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, like in Beer Fest, like when they beat off like the little frog or whatever. Is that? Oh,
See, you missed the entire story. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch the live stream. It was a long story, and we finally got to the end of it.
you got to the end of the story, and you got the end of the story was beating off. The story's gonna be shit then. That's the ending. I'm not going back to listening to that shit.
But Jen was reading it. You have to.
There's nothing better than a female voice talking about beating off lizards, I guess.
That's not exactly how that works, but I like where your heart is.
I gotta log into the game because I've been slacking.
Are you even live?
I'm live.
Oh, there it
It's
just
5:10 in
went.
the morning. That's good.
Oh, I didn't even realize you were alive.
I'm
Oops.
always alive. Well, not always. Sometimes I'm really not.
What happened to your stream today?
I was working on that stupid video, and I kept getting distracted. It's what happens when I wake up at fucking 7:30 in the morning. I get really caffeinated and really ADD about everything. I've been talking to Liz Reptile about fucking Aleister Crowley. I've been demanding that Merlin fucking read on Aleister Crowley. I've been fucking jumping back and forth. Sandri was in here introducing us to Devil's Advocate. It's been a hectic day, but I finally got my video out.
You met Dion. That's cool. What'd you think
Oh,
of
there
that?
you go. You just doxed him on live stream.
Everybody knows his name.
Everyone knows his face. I went through his channel. Yeah, we met him today. He seemed
He
very
seems pretty-
angry.
We're waiting for Ezekiel to come back and start worshiping him.
Oh, he's a cool guy.
Because Ezekiel?
Yeah. No, he's talking about Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Ezekiel coming back and worshiping Devil's Advocate because that's his hero.
Yeah. Well, once he found out Devil's Advocate was in the Triggered channel, he started following him around over there. And then he started inviting him to the other server that we're not part of. The server that we shall not speak of.
See, I'm not even gonna answer that one.
Why not? 'Cause we know it's true.
We don't know it's true. It's just
We know
usually I'm usually the one who puts my foot in my mouth. So.
Trigger chased him away because there was no devil's advocate, and now there is. Ezekiel will come back, and he will worship devil's advocate.
Yep.
Mind you, Ezekiel, for all that he says that he's so busy, he's always playing games. So.
Oh, Raging Bull just joined the server.
Did he?
Yeah. He just joined.
So you guys have a secret server and you haven't invited me to it. That's very rude.
What are you talking about? You're in the secret Squirrel Squad.
Where's
We
your main
are-
one? I'm not even in your main one then.
I sent you an invite to my main. No, my main one is this one. I have a backup one, just in case.
You never
things go
sent me a
horribly
link
wrong.
to your backup one. What the fuck, Loki?
I'm keeping it really small.
I've been pushing your name since day one on my show,
I know.
and you do this to me.
Nothing's happening over there. You can go take a look. There's like 3 messages in the last 3 months. And it's literally Hot Potato popping in being like, why is nobody talking in here? And then Sigan's like, because I don't know why. Why do we even have the server? And then like the message after that, 2 weeks later, is me going, it's because we don't use it, and it's just in case.
I like that it's there though. Like, I mean, you know, if we just want to have a quiet, private conversation or something, or just talk about stuff that we don't want.
What, Jen is allowed over there?
Or if more 11-year-olds show up and start invading the server.
But you invited in.
I'll invite you in.
Dude, Fred, look at that shit, dude. Look at that shit. There are kids at this protest. We got
Oh,
kids
that's
down
just
there.
great. That's just great.
Which protest?
It's the one in front of the Deplorable. That's tonight. That's all the Mike Cernovich is running that.
God damn it.
Like, I think Milo's there. I haven't seen him yet, but he's supposed to be there.
Yiannopoulos or Stewart's? You guys really have to start distinguishing. Because I've seen one
Yiannopoulos.
Stewart's, I haven't seen the
Stewart wouldn't set foot within like 20 feet of that place, or like 20 miles.
other. I've seen
You know who's gonna be at the protests of Trump?
Francesca Ramsey, Lacey
Steve
Green.
Shives and Christy Winters are gonna be there.
Really?
Oh,
Really? Are you
boy,
kidding
oh
me?
boy.
We should all go. We should just all go. Anyone who can go should drive out there and demand a holiday.
No, I don't want to be there when the shooting starts.
Exactly.
You think there's going to be shooting? Why do so many people think there's going to be shooting at this point?
Because a lot of people want him dead instead of going to kill him.
The security forces think there's gonna 28,000 security services, including the National Guard. Man,
And they all
they
think that there's going to be shooting.
they think it's gonna happen. Yeah.
What the hell?
Do you think that it's that bad? Do you think this is when the race war starts?
Race war already started.
No,
We
it
just,
didn't.
yeah, it did.
Not
It's happening.
Not yet.
I don't think it's gonna start a race war, no, but there's a good chance somebody's gonna get shot.
If it's going to be BLM that shoots him, it will definitely start to spark something. Because
No, I don't think Trump will get shot. I think he's gonna be on the west lawn of the White House. I think other people are gonna get shot.
the security people? Is that
No,
like
I mean,
Obama
like,
moving all his
people-
favorite security people away from?
Like people in the audience are gonna get shot.
Oh,
I wouldn't be
Somebody's
surprised.
gonna
I've been making debates on that on every live stream I've been on tonight. I'm like, so who wants to make bets on how many shots are taken? You know, how many times?
I just want to see the fun tomorrow of how they're going to protest, how stupid it's going to be. I know the pussy hats are going to be out there.
are you going to be hanging out with us?
Yeah, I'm going to be around tomorrow. You never invited me, so I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. Trigger seems to be flip-flopping on whether we're doing the live stream or not.
What
So-
time is the inauguration?
Like 7. The other problem is we still have dumpster fire because he's refusing to let that go. So regardless, we're going to be doing one or the other or both. Apparently,
Well,
the
they swear in the
inauguration's-
They swear in the president in the early part of the afternoon. I don't know what time.
It's 6 p.m. my time, so that's gonna be 8 p.m. Loki's time.
Oh, so
there
they're
we
going to do it at tonight. They're going to do it at night. So they usually do it in the afternoons because that's when they do that. They go in the White House and do all these fucking White House traditions, like the official White House luncheon and all that crap. And so I don't know.
Yeah, I think the swearing in is at 6, I believe.
Okay. Okay.
So they'll swear him in.
So they're going to do this at night when there's a threat that he might be attacked.
Yeah, why
Oh,
would Obama get sworn in at like fucking 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Because everyone wanted to see him. That's why.
Because I remember watching that shit, and I remember Obama being there at like 2 in the afternoon. I was sitting at school, and they're like, "You guys can all watch this." I'm like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, they did that too at my middle school. Remember that? Turn the televisions on, let you watch it.
They did the same thing for 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh,
Were you in school during 9/11?
Oh, so it's 9:30 a.m.
that was probably
Okay.
5 or 4
in
or
time.
5.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Trump's swearing in ceremony is scheduled to begin at 9:30 a.m.
Alright.
So yeah, 12:30. So yeah,
So-
okay. Then what the
yeah.
hell was I looking at yesterday?
I don't know.
Yeah, because they usually do all the like singing and people speaking about bullshit until I think it's like 11:30, 12 o'clock is when they'll actually do the swearing in.
Yeah, it says the ceremony is begin. Swearing in itself, Trump takes the presidential oath of office will take a couple hours later. So 11:30. It's about 2:30 your time, Loki, and then.
All right.
So
Well, no, that's 11. No, it's 11. It's 11:30 your time is the swearing in.
In the morning?
Yeah, 9:30 my time.
Okay, so that's a whole different thing. Then I can definitely do dumpster fire and this random live stream. Okay. So that means you can't show up though, right? Because you'll be at work.
Yeah, I'll be at work, but I mean, you're just gonna. I mean, that's usually when you do your game stream
Streams
anyway.
anyway, right?
Yes, that's normally when I do it, but I don't know.
So
if I'll
Mycroft's
continue
usually
doing
here in spirit. So yeah, Mycroft's usually here in spirit.
Loki,
it. Yes.
what's the password for the door,
Which door?
the entrance?
Oh, N00B.
Okay.
There's so much for having a password, guys. Establishing it like a week ago. I just gotta reveal the password on live stream.
Good job.
Also, Psynock has
Yeah.
my sniper rifle, and Raging Bull's hanging out here. Not
Now is
here.
Rachel Bull the official target dummy?
I don't know actually. I don't know if he has a problem with just me or Psynock or everyone but me. I don't know what he's doing.
Okay.
He hasn't attacked anyone yet.
No, he went into hiding. He said he's going to move and then ran off and then tried to trade with us for more parts.
So it's
Yeah.
just me and Mycroft not playing.
Pretty much.
He's got a plan to build a metal dick in the front yard.
That's my plan. Our
I
base
told
is
him
slowly
to,
taking the shape of a giant penis.
Oh man, there's still half hour to go on this stream I'm watching.
How is it?
Yeah,
what are they
last
talking
night
about? Anything interesting?
I started
We can
talking
promote
to him.
careers. Need taxation needed.
It's just he's talking. The subject is BLM and what they're not talking about and how to fix black neighborhoods. Basically, they're talking about the crime rates and welfare and all that stuff that affects those type of neighborhoods.
Does Fenrir live in a bad neighborhood?
I don't know.
He lives in Detroit.
Well, there you go.
Are you sure it's
In
Detroit that he lives in?
Detroit.
That's what he
I know
told
he
me
lives
last
in
time I
Michigan.
talked to him.
I
But he's
think that he-
white.
Yeah, he lives in Michigan.
Okay, well.
Yeah, he lives in Michigan.
he
Garmer lives in Michigan too. I know
thought
that.
he lived in like Kalamazoo or something.
Yeah, I know it's the buttfuck nowhere place.
I'm sure it is Detroit.
As we're doxing everyone here.
Who cares? If I knew his real name though, that'd be a lot more fun to dox.
I know.
Fucking Loki.
Do you know his real name?
No.
Yeah, I don't want to give it out though, because he knows my real name.
How did you guys find each other's real names out?
I was on the first episode of his show, and I accidentally emailed him from my personal email address,
Wow.
and he did the same. So we know each other's full name.
All right. I'll
So,
talk
yeah.
to you about that later.
Anti-Trump
I don't wanna
protesters
get
are now
boxed
chanting
over.
"Fuck the police" and "Anarchy now." All right.
That's original.
It's more
Idiots.
original than some of the other shit they've been fucking yelling in protest.
Tomorrow is gonna be such a gaggle fuck with them. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. That's why I tried so hard to get my video done, and I still have to fucking pimp myself out to Sandre. Mycroft,
Nice.
you've been around long enough, right? What kind of fucked up shit do I have to say to get Sandre's audience to go sub to me? I need 2 more subs to hit fucking 200.
Just be a jackass.
Is that even my style?
That's his audience, man. That's what they like.
Wow.
What do you think? Why do you think he has me on his streams?
You're not a
It's got a
jackass.
charm to it.
Oh, I'm a total jackass on his streams, though.
He's not a jackass either. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What are you bad-mouthing each other for? What happened to inclusion in our community? Are we gonna end up
Because
like Pride?
They're super best friends. Super duper best
Yeah, I guess. It's just...
I'm just saying that's what his audience likes. They like his stupid humor and his ridiculous nature. That's what they like.
So my
Lowbrow
polite
stuff.
demeanor is not working out in my favor.
Well, I mean, if you're doing a video for him,
Well, he asked me to do a promo video for my channel so he can stick it up there. And I don't know, he wants me to do it so his audience goes and subs to me. That was the initial intent there.
just make a bunch of dumb jokes. Make fun of Sandre and call him a cuck or something.
How about self-deprecating humor, or is that too Jewish of me?
Fucking leftist retards.
Just make fun of Canada a lot, and then just make sure at the end of your video just calls Sandre a cuck. It'll do it.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding. Like that will hit most of the people in his comments call him a cuck all the time. So
But that's insider information. I'm still the
He's a
outsider.
Swede. It's bad enough.
He is Swedish. Although me and him sat down and did the fucking tax comparison, and apparently in Canada we pay like 20% more tax than they do.
Really?
And I mean as a total number, not as like yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It's
Damn, you're
weird
worse than
phrasing.
Sweden.
I know. On average, we paid fucking 20% more taxes than they do.
no, that doesn't surprise me.
But look, everyone's like Sweden's notorious for fucking having really high taxes and like really good education. But we pay more taxes than them, and we don't even have free education.
That's because our government's all about getting the money and then spending the money and not on stuff that we're actually trying to employ them for.
Wait, we have a government?
Apparently.
I hear someone
Might be
walking
more like
around.
I'm harvesting so I can replant.
Oh.
Figured I'd save you time and then go back to
We also only have 10 million people.
There's about to be a high level
They
of
have 10 million people?
retardation in DC.
That's it.
Well, we only have 32.
35 now.
Whatever.
Yeah, you know some idiot's gonna try to assassinate him tomorrow.
Of course they are.
Hold on. Some idiot tried to assassinate him while he was on
Probably
stage
so.
running for president. Of course we want to fucking live stream this shit. Maybe not even live stream it. Clearly we can't live stream it. Fucking...
Because all of them want to be a hero. And if they kill Trump, then they're going to be the biggest hero ever in United States history.
Well, isn't that the
Fucking
most
zombies,
saddest
man.
thing I've ever heard? Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
put all the shit I collected in the box. So if you're gonna be replanting, all the replanting shit is going to be in that one planter's box.
Sure.
You know, for years people were saying the zombie apocalypse is coming. I just didn't think it would look like this.
Well, I think the old folks have been calling for it since the cell phones came out. So.
Yeah, but it's not the cell phones. It's just the fucking idiots.
It really is.
Well, I agree.
It really is.
Like, I got into so many arguments with old school tech bashers before. Like, this one woman, she was in my bar bitching up a storm about how they don't even teach kids cursive anymore.
No, they
I'm like,
don't, which is it's a lost art form now.
Like
Well,
feng shui.
I can read they taught me cursive. I never use it, and I can read it, but it always takes me so much longer to read somebody else's cursive because everybody's cursive is different.
I have a question. When was the last time somebody wrote anything on a piece of paper, outside of a quick note or like a grocery list?
Today.
What would you write?
I write one page. I try to write one page every day in cursive.
Okay, so you're following the old tradition. But I mean, like,
Yes.
I have a notebook sitting by me, and I jot some ridiculous shit in it once in a while. But otherwise, I don't really write on paper. Most of this shit is just done digitally. Even when I need to contact somebody, it's text message or it's something else.
Are you discounting notes for college?
Notes for college? You mean you guys didn't just use the, or what do you call them? The voice record option on your phone?
No, I wrote
Like-
handwritten notes.
Oh, Raging Bull died.
It's just the advancement of our society. You know, like back when they first started coming out with automobiles, there were people bitching, oh, they're dangerous and you get into wrecks, you know, we're sticking by our horses, we're gonna keep riding our horses. Well, those people aren't around anymore.
Same with steam engines.
Wait, okay.
Yeah, exactly. People want shit to be the way it was when they were young. You know, and as they get older, they have this tendency to resist change. They don't like change.
Wait. I can use that same argument to say, well, you just have to live with this new society with 1,000 different genders because that's just the new world. Not all progress is good progress.
You could, but the idea of there being 1,000 different genders is not scientifically supported by any.
Oh no, but it's gender identities. It's not biological genders. They don't consider biological genders because clearly there can only be two, unless you're born with both. So technically, 3. But even then, it's just a combination of both. But you know, 1 and 1 plus the combination of both is still 3. So there is 3 genders that we can choose from, and it's a sliding scale between any of those genders, and then it's just your identity. Just what you choose to identify. Jen, are you not pressing E? Are you just running around and stabbing things?
I could do that, but I just figured I'd up
And
my
pantsless.
my
And
food
she's
skills at the
pantsless,
same time.
guys. Just running around pantsless. Without a
I
care in
figured
the world.
I'd give you some visuals, you know.
Well, I'm pretty sure there weren't people identifying as outrageous, outlandish genders, you know, hundreds of thousands.
Have you ever read Oscar Wilde?
No.
That might be an interesting read then. He was identifying as all kinds of crazy shit back in the day.
Well, yeah, but he was pretty unique, though. It wasn't
Oscar,
exactly the
no.
norm.
what did he write?
Shit. What was that really gay book that made me read in university? A portrait of an artist as a young man or some shit like that. Anyone?
That was a sneeze, people. That was a sneeze.
Sure.
Yeah, positive. Positive. And I don't know, Loki. I really don't know.
I think I have it somewhere behind me on the bookshelf. But I kind of have to move away from the computer to look at it. But it was some really gay book. It was literally about a guy who was, I'm going to air quote bisexual because he wasn't very bisexual.
Okay.
He was pretty gay. And how he'd like to have sex with artists or just use guys for sex and move on.
Okay.
That's it. It was the most flamboyant thing I've ever read in my life. I thought modern day flamboyant gay guys was like a new thing. It's totally not. He was fucking writing about it in the 1800s. Same type
So
of
it's like-
language, same type of flirting, everything.
So it's like the Turner Diaries, but gay.
Well, there's always been sexual deviation, but as far as like identifying as like,
I was saying with the book club, there would be, good classics we would read or something interesting.
Well, I told you guys, for my pick, I kind of want to do the combination of 1984 and Brave New World and just do a comparison between them two. Because I believe that everyone's read at least one of those. And to do an analysis and combination and like a cross-section between them is going to be interesting and maybe make for a fun debate. But again, it's not going to be my turn for another 3 turns.
Wow.
And each one is 3 weeks, so consider 6 weeks from next week.
So we got a possibility of 2 more crappy books till then.
And there's also a possibility of me getting a job and never coming back here again.
Yeah,
I read
okay.
Brave New World back in high school. That's been
the fucking weirdest book.
a few years ago.
How'd you like it?
Related to society.
It's alright.
Have you read
It's one of the
1984?
I think I may have read 1984 even longer ago, but I don't remember much of it.
Okay. Do you know why I want to do the comparison between 1984 and Brave New World?
Explain.
It's because a lot of what the fuck are they called? The apocalypse world. The fuck. So
Dystopian?
yeah, the dystopia. Everyone argues for the dystopian future that they think is going to be the dystopian future, and it always comes down to the debate between whether it's going to be a 1984 dystopian future or a Brave New World dystopian
Brave New
future.
World, yeah, yeah.
And for the longest time, people thought it was going to be 1984, but then recently it looks like it's going to be Brave New World, as we're incorporating younger and younger acceptance of sex, and we're pumping drugs into people left, right, and center. But also we're being monitored from every perspective. I kind of do want to tackle the subject of like the fact that we are living in the world of Big Brother, but also Big Brother is no longer really your government; it's corporations.
I mean, no one ever really talks about Brave New World that much. It's always 1984, this and that.
Right, yeah. No one talks about the Soma and the happy times and the sex.
Or the tribals kind of
Yep.
living off somewhere in the reservation. Yeah.
Well, again, these will all be really interesting topics to tackle in comparison to our own world and our own current state. God knows our own current state needs some talking about.
Indeed.
Yep, it's fucked up.
Well, that's the joke, right? 1984 was supposed to be a warning, not a fucking manual, not an instruction manual, and I don't know if we're following the right direction here. I'm personally worried a little bit more and more every day. Just the double think is just so strong, and I don't know. Do you guys know how to fight it? Do you guys know how to break it?
Well, they refuse to listen, so I can't say. I mean, it's rare that you'll find one that's open-minded, that's not already set in their ways.
Well,
So it seems like discussion is pointless.
the biggest trick to dealing with the people is actually having more patience than they have energy to yell. That's what I found. If you just wait for them to yell themselves out and stop memeing at each other about, oh my god, do you believe this guy who doesn't believe our fucking ideology? Then slowly they start to wear down, and they'll slowly be forced to stop laughing at themselves because they'll feel stupid if we're just continuously laughing. Especially if they have like an ideology of inclusion, and you're like, why are you guys laughing at me? I'm just trying to find out about what you're trying to say. They start to feel a little dumber and a little bit like they actually have to explain themselves.
Yeah, I think I figured out your issue there in Canada, buddy, against Sweden.
Oh. And what is
So
it?
According to the facts, your GDP is at about. Oh, let's see here.
Is it 0?
Is that it?
Or how far in the negatives is it? What's our buying power compared to them?
GDP's at 1.55 trillion as opposed to 496 billion in Sweden. The funny thing though is that your GDP per capita roughly the same.
Was that good or bad? You gotta take away the lingo of the bankers.
Well, no,
I
it
come
just
from a
means
liberal
that.
society. They didn't teach me what GDP means. I know what GPS means.
Well, it's gross domestic product. Basically, most of Sweden's population is concentrated in like a couple of cities down in the south of Sweden, right? The rest of it's like all rural. So they have a whole bunch of people living in a very dense populated area. They don't actually put out a whole bunch of product per year, their actual country value, if you will, based on their GDP. But it's about roughly the same per capita per person in their country as Canada. So even though you guys are making a shit ton more wealth, I'm assuming most of this shit's going to your government and getting spent on frivolous shit.
Yep. The most frivolous shit. Like gay prides.
Yeah, not letting BLM run the show because they're in that new privilege class.
By the way, a part that I did include in my video is I included in the description just for argumentation's sake, so people don't say I'm ignoring a fact. They talked about the meeting, and they basically held a meeting where they changed the organizers in charge. Apparently there was like a vote or some shit like that, and they changed the organizers in charge, and apparently a few new funders were announced. So a bunch of new money came in, and new demands, and new people who are in charge. And after they found out who's funding the new gay pride situation in Toronto, is the moment they also decided to vote against the police being involved anymore. So there's a lot of problems there. I just yeah. You know what it's like right now with strange people funding strange things around the world. Right?
Yes, you are correct. Yes. Yes, Loki.
Anyone? Hello?
Good
Hello.
old George Soros.
Yes, Loki, you're my hero. Yes.
I don't want to jump to conclusions that it's Soros, but it's Soros.
I still don't know why that guy is still alive. Like, I'm surprised somebody hasn't.
Sheer will and the fact that his soul has joined the devil a long time ago.
And you learn a lot of things when he was a Jew hater in World War II.
He wasn't a Jew hater. He was a Jew Nazi.
Hater.
No.
Thingy.
There's very
Stuff.
few Jew Nazis, but I think he was a Jew Nazi. He literally gave up his own people.
I mean, you could make the argument he was a literal race traitor, but that's, you know, whatever.
Well, then
It's neither there, here or there, you know.
Mm.
He's now an American citizen and we should embrace him.
Is he?
Yes. He has dual citizenship.
Oh no.
He's from Hungary, isn't he?
Yes. He's Hungarian and he has a United States citizenship.
Hmm.
I guess when you have that much money, people just give citizenships to anybody. Guys, give me that much
Basically.
money, please, so I can leave. I don't want to be here
Well,
anymore.
Well, when you're charged with the globalist movement, you know, the New Age movement, or whatever you want to call it, then yeah, you have everything served to you on a silver platter.
You know who Putin gave citizenship to recently?
Oh God, who?
Snowden?
Steven Seagal.
What? Oh
Really?
my
Steven
goodness.
Seagal returning back to Russia?
He's got Russian citizenship now.
Oh, that is too funny. The Russians are still stuck in the 80s, the 90s.
But still hacking all of your technologies.
Yes, yes indeed. Because the Russians did it.
Well, obviously the Russians did it. Who else would do it? China? Well, why would China have any kind of investment in one?
Oh, China's a humble country. Leave China out of this. They're humbled. They have no resources. They're not smart.
They won't pretty soon.
And that's sarcasm, by the way.
China didn't do nothing.
Exactly.
Apparently nobody did anything. I'm not sure how anything gets done. Guys, how does anything get done when nobody did anything?
I
Magic.
don't know.
Jinx.
Fight.
It was Harry Potter.
I don't want to rely on the magic arguments.
It was the Force, obviously.
What do you expect when their fathers keep running away? Like, I am your father. No.
It's not quite where I thought she was going with that, but pretty close to the racism I expected.
I knew that's where you were thinking I was going, but I was like, no. I could have.
Jan, I don't appreciate you playing with my mind like that.
Yeah, Jen, come on. Loki has a standard.
Sure.
I don't have a standard, guys.
I know,
Hermione
I
could be
know.
black, why can't Luke?
What?
There was that play where Hermione was black.
Oh,
Yeah.
The person who played it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
okay.
Hermione can be black, why can't Luke?
You know, it's kind of like they might as well have just made Ron black, because then he'd be like, you know, a black guy with red hair.
Well, shit, they're making Jesus black, so why not? Just inclusive for everybody.
No, Jesus is Latino.
No.
Why do you think he shows up at tortillas and tacos and
Jesus was
pussies
definitely
and-
black. For sure. We all know it, guys. Right?
Nah, he's Chinese. Haven't you seen their
Oh,
murals?
no, I haven't seen that one yet.
He's whatever race the people want him to be. Except, you know, a Jew.
Well, how could Jesus how can Jesus ever be a Jew? That's impossible, guys. Don't be silly.
The Zionist nation trying to take over the world and eat golden babies.
Eat golden babies and take golden showers.
Yes, on Trump's bed.
I still haven't done a story on that yet. Motherfucker. See, this is what happens. I do retarded shit and I forget to do the things I'm supposed to be doing.
See, I covered it last week.
Was it last week? Has it already been a week? Is it too late now?
It's too late.
It's a little, yeah.
Yeah, you're behind the power curve now.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm failing you so bad.
You're forgiven.
Thank you.
Your sins
You're
are
not forgiven. You're not forgiven. He lies.
We learn a few Latin chants, and I'll forgive your sins for you.
And eat the way for God and drink his blood.
Ooh.
The way for God is everything.
Dave's fault.
Even though he's only in your system for 20 minutes. That's what they say, that once you take the host, he's in you for 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Wait. This seems like a trap. Merlin,
Especially
are
if you drop the
trolling?
host. You can't drop the host either, because when you drop the host, it's like a major crisis. Because you have to catch the host on the second bounce.
Is that a rule?
It is a rule.
Wait, Jen, we have
Yeah.
a problem.
What?
I left you in charge of making cement and rebar.
Yeah. And we don't have any more?
Ooh, we ran out a while ago, actually, to be honest. I'm
And you
doing
need
my
more?
best to keep up
Very
with
good.
demand, but we need
Very
rock,
cute.
crushed sand, and cement. Actually, you know what? I can get a lot of crushed sand. I seem to see that the hot potato has this room that's made out of sand. I just need a shovel. And crushed rock, we have plenty. No, we don't have. We have barely any crushed rock. That's what we're missing.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Wait, we need crushed rock for the furnaces, and we need the crushed rock. This is
Mhm.
retarded.
Yeah, it's basically like three rocks for every cement.
Okay.
No. No.
It's all gone.
All right. So, okay.
It's all gone.
He's got some crushed rock in the top one though. I mean, you're still gonna need some.
A lot more. A lot more. But we'll sort this
Ooh.
out in a minute.
Is that what happened here? All right.
What happened?
Oh, well, I just saw what you guys did to her room.
Well, we didn't know it was her room. We were walking by
Yeah.
and we see some kind of door and spikes leading to our room, leading to our base. And we're like, what the fuck is this? Let's go explore and find out. And then we went exploring and find out. And then we ended up inside of Potato's room. And then we wondered
And
why
was-
she wasted 17 goddamn metal doors.
Wow.
To block a fucking area made out of sand, guys. You don't put metal doors
Wow.
in front of sand. Literally, sand has less density than like wooden doors.
Well, potatoes usually don't have the reasoning power of stuff.
Exactly.
Regular folk.
Okay, so what do we need? A lot of rock and a lot of sand. I'll go do
Yep,
that.
I can start finding some somewhere. I'm sure I've got some somewhere.
Well, I'm gonna go
Dig
dig
up.
up everything I can. We have an entire desert next to our base.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen.
I'll start collecting rocks for you. Regular old.
So what else has been happening today? What am I unaware of?
I scratched my balls.
Was it good?
Okay.
It felt good. Yes.
That's good.
It was a good scratching.
I would imagine that our audience isn't PG.
Isn't? Well, scratching your
Could
balls
be.
is pretty PG.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the
I
other
could be like
things.
I could be like saying like I was tickling my taint, and you know.
No, it's been pretty quiet. I think everybody's just kind of waiting for the
The other bullet to drop.
Tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow it's gonna be an interesting day.
And the only thing I saw in the news of any general interest was out in Gambia. I don't think you really want to hear about shit.
Who?
What's going on? What's happening?
They're just chasing down gay people, basically. That's about it.
President's refusing to resign.
Yeah, that
Or
one I read
give
about.
up.
That one I read about. Yeah.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, the other black countries, Nigeria and the rest of them are planning to send military help.
It's nothing new. This always happens. You put a leader in charge in Africa as soon as their term's up, they're always just like, no, I'm gonna stay in power. Because reasons.
Well,
Right.
This
it
guy
must be the
wasn't-
internalized misogyny of his whiteness that's making him a dictator.
Well, no. My understanding is this guy got into power 15 years ago through force. Like he was what, like a coup or something?
Coup.
Coup d'etat.
Yeah. Like that's my understanding from the article I read. Let's check.
Damn it, Fano. Where's Gambia? Is it? Whose master was it?
It's on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook news.
Because if it's like West Africa, that's France's shit to deal with. They're usually supposed to intervene in that kind of stuff.
They still own territory in Africa?
No, but they intervene in. West Africa.
Okay. I was gonna say, I thought they were all independent countries now.
Oh, they all are, but some of them have like little regional groups, like a Francophile or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, they swore in a new president. Is what happened.
Mhm. Yeah. One of those fun things with YouTube is they'll have a story and then like it could be important and 2 seconds later it's gone. They put them in the weirdest sections. Okay. It'll come
Well,
back later.
just remember, Facebook is now getting rid of fake news, so if it's not there anymore, it was probably fake.
This is the thing, I just don't give a shit about Africa, because it's like they seem like they're getting their shit together and then it all goes to fuck again.
Right.
Well, that and Facebook doesn't want to be considered.
Well, that's
racist.
because we're racist. That's why Africa is like it is.
Yeah.
We're racist.
Guys, we're not supposed to outwardly say that we're racist. We're just supposed to let the audience assume we are. We're totally not a multicultural group.
I heard that blacks were vampires that couldn't swim.
Well, vampires can't swim. And
No, it's
black
like
people
a-
are a drain on the system.
It's like a running theme. A lot of like Western African as well as Eastern African countries. Except for like North Africa, usually the North African countries are typically the most stable, even though they have like the bloodiest revolutions. But like West and East Africa, they do this thing where they fight over a scrap of land, they establish leadership, the person serves his term and then refuses to leave power because he wants to be captain warlord of the country, even though it's
Right.
supposed to be a democracy. Refuses to leave power, and then there's a whole fucking
Coup.
or uprising or
And,
other countries get involved.
And
It's just a
then
fucking mess.
the liberal left goes out and starts protesting and starts complaining about the genocides in Rwanda. And then when America goes to help the genocides in Rwanda, the left continues to protest at how dare the West decide to help and intervene in business that's none of their own fucking business.
Because most of these countries have no tradition of democracy. The best ones tend to be the ones that were ruled by Britain, because Britain actually let most of them run themselves.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and the fact is that the minute Britain left, they went to hell. It's like, think about Jamaica as an example. Like, it used to be pretty decent to go visit. Now you go there and you're lucky if you survive.
Well, yeah, they're all backsliding, but the British ones seem to have resisted the most.
Well, what about the
Sliding in
American one? What was it? What's Liberia or something like that?
Yeah.
American.
The one
That
where the
country.
black slaves went back and enslaved The local
Yeah.
Africans?
Okay.
Yep.
Not only did they enslave everyone there, but that's still one of the few African countries that still fucking practices slavery to this day.
But yet the whites are the problem, and that created slavery.
Oh, apparently so.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Vermin Supreme is at the protest now.
Oh yay.
Who?
Yeah, they're reporting it as a man with a boot on his head. Apparently, they don't know who this fucker is.
What the fuck? Oh man, yeah, it is great. Yeah, that's great.
Amazing
this is
times
just
we
the
live in.
And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Such
Well,
amazing
guys,
times we live in.
Other people
Yeah.
have Gamergate. We'll have the Trump election. Aren't you excited? It's going to be so much fun.
Can't you tell by my voice how excited I am? I'm
Sure.
so fucking excited. I can't even contain myself right now. I don't have the words.
Yeah, I was so bored at work today. I actually was just looking through the news. I couldn't find anything interesting. I ended up pulling up an article about how they named a moth after Donald Trump. Some new species of moth. That's
Why
how
is it
boring the
orange?
news was today. No, it has like tuft hair on its head.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
I was about to say there had to be some kind of caveat to that.
That's really boring, actually.
Don't ask me, man. I was the news today. Everybody's talking about Trump. Saw a little bit on Le Pen.
But you know, everyone's going to talk about Trump, so keep an eye on Congress, because that's when they like to pull their bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're just all they're doing right now though is they're trying to repeal Obamacare. Like that's all they've been doing is just working on that.
Well, the rest of the country falls apart. That's good.
Well, as long as the liberals are busy protesting Trump's election, they're not around to actually protest them repealing Obamacare. So it's kind of genius. But, you know, conspiracy theory, so who cares? Fake news, guys.
Yeah, he's finished his 15 cabinet picks, and most of them have gone through. I don't think anyone's gotten blocked yet. The Democrats are just dragging their feet on a lot of this shit.
Oh, they're just pitiful. Like even liberals from other countries right now are looking at them and going, "Wow, you guys are shit." Mind you,
Well,
they're protesting too, but
They've been laughing at us since the election.
well, they always do. It's unfortunately
Wait,
fact
I
that a lot
don't
of
think they
people
were
shit on the West.
laughing if they're protesting it. I think they're seriously scared at that point. They still haven't gotten over their Brexit situation either, so, you know.
Well, at least the Article 50 motion has passed, so they can talk about it in March. So we'll see what happens then. So it's gone through one hurdle at least. But we'll see what the judicial
one's
system
Article
does over there. Article 50 is the one that allows them to debate to leave the EU.
Oh. Wait.
Once
allow
that's
them? I thought
once
they were
that's
allowed to
invoked, yeah. Once Article 50 is invoked, then they can start making the steps to get out of the EU.
leave. So this can still be stopped?
They're gonna try. They've been trying all along. They're trying. They pretty much said "fuck you" to the people. So
No, that seems like the reoccurring theme of 2016.
yep,
Certain people
Yeah.
are mad. Fuck everyone else.
exactly. The people spoke. They want out, but yet EU and the politicians in Britain are making sure it's gonna be difficult as possible.
Well, the sooner Britain starts looking back towards her former colonies and less towards Europe, the better.
Yeah.
I don't think they've triggered Article 50 yet.
No, they triggered that. The step was they approved Article 50 to be discussed in March, or I think it's March. Then they'll figure out if they're going to trigger it then or not. Then it's another 6 months.
Yeah, it's gotta be taken to vote.
Yeah.
Through their House of Lords and their House of Commons.
Yep.
They have to go through and basically approve all of that. basically, from what I've seen on it, there's very little chance that they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I find that's the thing with liberals. Like, the only time they're active is when they're being crazy. The rest of the time, they're just whining. They actually are the laziest group of people I've ever seen.
It works on both sides, though. Come on. But yeah, with Article 50, because the judges and the politicians have been trying to just stop it now to erase it from memory. But now, at least in March, they'll be able to discuss it, vote on it, and maybe do something about it. But we'll see. Because I think if Britain can get out of the EU, then the other countries, I think, will start growing balls to do it. And out of all the countries, it has to be Germany to leave to make the EU fall apart.
I think if France leaves in itself, that'll be it. Since France is
Yeah,
know.
France is the moral heart of the European Union.
But Germany has the money, the purse strings, really.
I'm not.
France was one of the original EU members. If they leave, the whole thing is going to fall apart.
France is the reason
Germany
the EU exists.
Right,
Okay.
because all of the European Central Bank was essentially created to run the euro. If France leaves, and we've also got Britain leaving, you're going to see a whole bunch of other countries that are going to cut and run on the euro.
Okay.
Right now, it's up in the air. Like Marine Le Pen is doing pretty well, but she's pretty far right, and the pundits right now are saying that. It's much more likely that the center-right candidate's going to probably take it. I forget the guy's name now. Fillion or some shit. I forget. I don't know. If that happens, then they stay in the EU. The whole thing stays together, and then Britain's going to have to redo all of its deals.
Okay. Either way, they're going to try to punish Britain for leaving, regardless.
Yeah, no, Germany's going to be the last group out because they're the most invested. Basically, the whole thing's going to have to collapse before Germany's going to do that.
I got you now. I got you. All right. Because I always thought it was Germany would be the one that will make the EU fall, but I forgot all about France for some reason.
I mean, part of the reason why the European Union exists is because when the wall collapsed and East and West Germany wanted to reunite, one of France's conditions was that Germany would give up the Deutschmark and push for greater European integration, so that France and Germany would be binded together. Because this is still a few decades after the end of World War II. Remember, what a resurgent Germany looked like. So it's
They had to give up claims on something too. I forget what it was.
Everything east of the Oder-Neser.
Yeah.
All the old Polish and Russian territory.
Yeah. And then, basically use the euro. That was the whole idea.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. France is up in the air. Even if Le Pen gets in, the people are kind of saying right now that it's unlikely that they would actually vote for Frexit. But my feeling on it is if she gets elected, that's basically the people saying that's where we want to go. We want to leave the EU.
Right.
I'm not even confident it would be good for anyone to stay in the EU at this point anyway. The whole thing seems like it's just a constant failure.
It is right now.
You're gonna have one of the largest payees into the system, Britain, which is one of the big reasons they're leaving is because they had to consistently pay into the system. They're going to be gone, so you're going to be looking at other countries having to pick up that slack, specifically Germany and France.
Right.
Okay, Germany always wanted to run Europe, so they get the chance now. Without any bloodshed, guys. Without any bloodshed.
They're gonna get to run all the poor countries, and that's gonna be super fun for them, I'm sure.
Well, they'll prove what Ubermensch they've always been.
Yeah.
What happened to Greece, by the way?
They're in economic slavery.
They're still in Fucksville.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I posted a video that Dave Rubin interviewed the former Greek Minister of Finance. You should watch it. It's actually pretty interesting.
That's why Golden Dawn is rising in Greece now. I don't think they have too much of a pull yet. But they're going up.
That's
Communists too.
interesting. That is
Say
interesting.
the communists too.
Yeah, the communists have more more actual members in Greece than Golden Dawn. Last I checked, but both
Yeah,
are I
well,
think
it's-
gaining
Why
traction.
is it whenever everything
That's
goes to
because
shit,
that's
people are
because
like, hey, communism?
Golden Dawn decided to go full Nazi. I mean, if you listen to their songs and stuff, it's they use like a half swastika as their one of their insignias. It's pretty retarded.
Why half
The
swastika?
founder of Golden Dawn has pamphlets with legit swastikas on them, like, going back like a few decades ago.
Yeah, so just so you guys
Oh,
know,
I didn't actually start. I didn't start following them until we got to until they started having the grocery store riots.
Right.
We had to do like a report on European countries in one class, and we did Greece, and I kind of dug around in, like, the politics.
You know what's unfortunate is that Americans don't give a fuck. We're like that egotistical that we don't care what's going to happen around the world.
I don't know if that's true because most of us are kind of.
Well, think about those in Europe and everything else. They have to keep an eye on each other because, of course, that's their life. But America's all the way over here now, alone, with two fucking stupid countries, Canada and Mexico. And
Thanks.
yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
Don't worry. My Russian
Well, I mean-
heritage will make sure your country
Well,
survives the second
England's your
crisis.
master, so what whatever you guys do in your own houses is whatever, fine with me.
They totally are.
Yeah. But I just feel like America, though, is isolated from what's going on, so therefore they don't really take an interested look at what's happening in the world and how it affects them on an everyday.
No, well, we wouldn't because it doesn't.
Yeah.
Power distribution.
We people don't care about what's going on in Europe or Russia or at China or Africa, anywhere. We don't even give a fuck what's going on in South America because we don't
Right.
have to.
They don't make a drop in the world other than, well, maybe a drop. When we do something, we make
They
tidal
care-
waves.
Exactly. Anything that we
So
do
you
is
wanna
going to
reference
reflect
nuclear
on.
bombs now. Oh shit.
What?
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 Tidal waves, nuclear bombs. China, Japan. Korea.
What is this, Bikini Atoll?
We're talking about Fukushima here? Fukushima?
Exactly.
What?
Hiroshima.
No, Fukushima power plant.
Yeah, but that wasn't a nuclear bomb. Unless you know something I don't.
What?
No, that thing that happened.
Fukushima was the power plant that
Right,
gave
that-
the tidal wave. That
And that's
destabilized.
now, yeah, where radiation's now coming on into California slowly. That's why they canceled crab season this year, early.
Well, not to mention all the garbage that's been coming from the ocean based off of the whole tidal wave thing. Like,
What was the second bomb site in Japan? It was Hiroshima and was it
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki. I always say
Nagasaki.
Yaga. I don't know why. That's the fucking weirdest thing.
Nagasaki was actually one of the first Japanese cities to open up to the Western trade too. It's kind of interesting. I think they actually had Japan's actual Christian population there, and then they got nuked.
Because
should be
that's what
laughing.
you get for
Of all the places to get nuked,
Right.
Well, I mean, at least
They're
it was a
decent trade port.
mountainous. It was a mountainous area, though. So I mean, it didn't get nuked
Yeah.
that bad.
kind of contained it. Yeah.
so cheerful.
I mean, they could have hit Kyoto. That would have been a bigger. I think that would have been a bigger.
Hell of a lot. It would have been a hell of a lot bigger.
They were
Yeah.
going for manufacturing areas.
Yeah.
At least to
Yeah,
make
they-
it look a little less like horrible.
And try to get the less casualties, even though like that really makes a difference.
I mean, they could have. They were originally planned to be used on Germany, but the war ended before we could use it on Germany.
Well, Germany was creating their own little program, weren't they?
They never got beyond like 1930, 1940 levels of tech. We were well. They had a program, and there was a time when they were ahead, but
You mean the History Channel taught me wrong?
they could.
We
They
weren't
did have
the
a program,
underdog.
but
We
it
were
was-
never the underdog in that world. We came stomping
It's
through
'cause
Europe
you
like
guys
a
only-
fucking
It's
rhino.
because you guys only
Because
showed
we
up
got
in it. In
we
the
got
last
to we got
3
to
days.
sit back. We got to sit back. Yeah, no, it was like what 2 years around that war.
Yep.
We got to sit back and basically build up an entire arsenal, and then just basically pulled Civil War tactics of just straight up the gut to Berlin. That was our whole tactic. There was nothing magical about our interference in that war.
But the History Channel, they make things all so magical.
Like, that's why Europeans hate us. I know that for a fact, because a lot of the dumb Americans will just be like, yeah, well, you know, we saved you during WW2. But it's like, yeah, anybody could have done that in our situation, though. It's not like we were some sort of like strategic geniuses.
Russia kind of
but
did more than you guys. So
yeah,
I
they
wouldn't
did.
say
You guys
so.
got the
Yeah, they
you guys
lost
got
more
the-
lives. Yeah.
You got the they
29.
got to Berlin first, though. They did.
Well, we let them get to Berlin first. Eisenhower explicitly said, "Do not go beyond this point. Let the Russians have
let
Berlin."
the Russians have it.
In fact,
Yeah, let the Russians
Canadians
have
were
Berlin.
hanging out in front of Berlin for like 3
Yeah, it was
3
a
weeks
political ploy.
Yeah.
beforehand. But let's just never forget the Russians did take their goddamn time.
I mean, when they get going, they get going.
Jen, what happened to the rest of the corn? Why aren't you planting the rest of the stuff?
Because I'm collecting rocks for you.
No, finish one job, then do the next one. Don't be ADD about it. Don't just run around doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Well, now you're confusing me. I just
Yeah.
stop and do what you ask.
Red was telling me about Bandera last night.
Pantera?
That crazy fucker. Bandera.
Who's Bandera?
He was the one that he was the part of the Ukrainian Nationalist Party back in '42. Basically, he got on bad terms with the Nazis, and they took him in. And then his Nationalist Party basically ran an entire, we'll call it a cleansing on Ukraine. Killed like 60,000 Poles.
Oh, is
Whole
that
bunch
all?
of other
Well,
Hungarians. I think Hungarians, Romanians, some other people too. It was.
No,
it was
they
a
don't
shit
count.
show.
no, they
don't
dishonest
count.
people.
I'd never even known about that. She's always talking shit about Ukraine. I never
Okay,
fucking
first of all,
understood why.
Ukraine is
She
one
told
of
me
those
about that.
countries where when the Nazis showed up, they already had the Jews fucking in camps. So like, this is who you were looking for? That's Ukraine, by the way. So when fucking Russia keeps saying that Ukraine is being run by fucking neo-Nazis right now, who are fucking using a lot of anti-white rhetoric and trying to kick Russian people out, if not kill them, Putin's people are right. They really are. Even Vice was walking around being like, there's a lot of white nationalists here. There's a lot of them. What are they all
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah, that's basically what she was bitching about because I got her on that live stream with Russian Deadpool, the guy from the Skeptic Feminist, and they had a whole conversation about Ukraine because he was playing apologetics for Ukraine, calling them like freedom fighters and shit. And after that, he made another video. Basically, it was pro Ukrainian freedom fighters or whatever. And I didn't understand the context of it because I didn't know about the genocide. And apparently he did this just to be a shithead.
Oh.
Just because he wanted to shit on Putin, he basically supported the Ukrainian uprisings in 2014.
Yep. Well,
There's been a lot of that going back and forth between the Russians and Ukrainians for hundreds of years.
Yeah, she hates the Ukrainians. She hates them. So,
See, we're always told though the Ukrainians are the innocent victims of Russian oppression.
but see, that's the thing. That's what. And here's the funny thing is that we were looking through some of the reports and whatnot and what Obama was saying during it, and to me, it looks a shit ton like we had a lot to do. We didn't. I don't know if we armed them or not, but we had some sort of CIA intervention in Ukraine
everywhere.
leading up to the ousting of the leader. And
Oh,
then we had
without
the
a doubt.
and then we had the audacity to get pissed off when Russia decided to take Crimea.
Crimea literally voted to stay with Russia because they know what happens when you move away from Russia, especially when there's anti-white, anti-fucking Russian sentiment in these countries.
Yeah,
They
and
tried
the
to
majority
join
of the population in Crimea is Russian too. They're Russian nationals.
Well, it was. So the thing about Crimea is interesting because it was a part of Russia, and it's always been a part of Russia until 1950 something when Khrushchev moved it into administrative control of Ukraine, but that was under the assumption that Ukraine was going to stay part of the Soviet Union, and so nothing would really happen. But I don't know if they voted to stay with Russia and were denied when Ukraine left the USSR. I don't remember, but
Well, there were a bunch of Russian nationals there, and um, apparently, Russia had a pre-standing agreement with the standing. Um, who was the one that fled? What was the name? I can't ever pronounce their fucking name, so I never remember him.
Her? Him?
The Ukrainian leader that fled.
Oh shit.
Wait,
2014.
The one recently?
Yeah.
He did, as long as you're saying it right, he did flee because there was threats to his life.
Well, yeah.
A lot of them. And he said, if we fucking catch him, we will murder him. And he's like, okay, I'm going to go get Putin, and we're going to talk about this civilly. And they're like, nope, see, he fled, that's it, he's escaping his own country, he's no longer a valid president. And then they illegally fucking got rid of him. And it started
Yeah, and
having
that was
their
like-
own random elections. And everyone's like, this is, we don't recognize this shit. And the UN was like, the UN was like, oh, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, just have your elections, and we'll fast-track your membership into the UN and into the EU.
Yeah, and that's because they were a prior UN member, and that was I think that was Obama's interest in Ukraine, because he was the one that actually brokered the deal for the change in leadership in 2014.
Okay. I guess I actually didn't know whether he brokered anything or not, but
Yeah, no, he came right out and said it. I mean, it was
but, so
what he
then
did.
the Russian soldiers got off the boats that were stationed in Crimea, went over to hang out with their friends in the other Russian bases, while the people were tearing apart the government. Did you watch the videos?
Well, I didn't. I watched some of it when it was happening, but that was a couple of years back. I didn't pay too much attention to it.
I was watching.
But from what I know is that there was a pre-standing agreement with the leader of Ukraine at the time that if some sort of political uprising occurred or a coup, that Russia was going to go into Crimea because of a naval base that they had on the Black
Sevastopol.
Sea. Yeah, on the Black Sea.
It's where the Black Sea Fleet stationed.
Yeah, I
They had
thought
nowhere else to
Crimea.
put it.
Yeah, I thought Crimea was one of the strategic spots for Russia.
Well, see, the thing is, they took the Crimea like several hundred years ago. They colonized it. They set up a military naval port with a warm water port in the Black Sea, and they held it forever until technically, Ukraine leaving the Soviet Union,
Right.
because Soviet Union may as well just been a communist reinterpretation of the old Russian Empire. So whatever. Just replace the Tsar with the Premier.
Okay.
Damn.
No, it was interesting seeing that and all the pictures that came out of Ukraine back in '42. Though, like they were doing some fucked up shit to people.
Yeah, you had the Holodomor before. Then you have the Germans coming in and them helping the Germans with open arms. It was a lot of bad blood both sides. Pretty brutal. There's a reason why people usually call the Eastern Front during World War II the closest we've ever come to hell on Earth.
Right. People don't realize it, or they can't, fathom like what happened.
Well, they've never
Kursk was probably
experienced
one of
it.
the worst battles in human
Right.
history. You had like hundreds of tanks, open fields, landmines, artillery, men rushing into the open fields, just duking it out.
Yeah.
Insane. It's insane.
Yeah, no, Red was saying that, like, because, Alex, the guy from Skeptic Feminist, he's always going on about his grandmother and how she was a sniper during World War II, and she was like, it's very possible that she would have seen the atrocities in Ukraine based on her age, and he's sitting there just being like an apologist for. Because you'd have to see the video, because they were making this comparison between the the peace agreement or the peace contract they had in World War II, the pact, anyway, the non-aggression pact they had.
Molotov-Ribbentrop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And she was of the age that she could have actually been going through Ukraine after all that shit to see those atrocities, because that's what she was saying, is that the Russians came through there and they saw all the bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They left kids like stuck up on like they had like fences that were like those like picket fences or whatever. They would take the bodies and like throw them onto the pickets. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you can go. The pictures are all on the internet. You can go look at it. It was pretty fucking atrocious.
Damn.
Yeah, there's always been something savage about these, like, that whole area.
But didn't
Yeah.
you know Bernie said that white people never suffer?
God.
Right?
Yeah, no, like the Ukrainians, man. Like, I never knew like that history they have.
I didn't know they were that brutal.
I couldn't figure out why she was so pissed off last night when I was talking to her. I was like, "Why are you so mad about this? Like, I don't get it." And
Well, haven't you heard of the Azov Battalion? They're a little far-right group in Ukraine. The emblem that they use was the emblem that the Ukrainians wore in the Ukrainian Waffen SS divisions.
Okay.
Shit, you not. It's the same SS symbol. They were the ones helping the Germans going around with the Holocaust,
Well then,
Or-
fuck the Ukraine.
fighting the Soviets.
Well, when the Nazis showed up, they already had all the Jews riled up and already in camps. They're like, "This is who you were looking for? Yeah, well, we're already ready. Come on, guys, let's
No.
go."
And that also explains why she hates Obama.
I can see that. Yeah.
Pogroms were pretty common throughout Russia and Ukraine against the Jews throughout the Russian Empire, so it's all there. Pretty much the only place in Eastern Europe that was nice to the Jews was Poland, and even then, there were still Poles that helped the Germans during World War II.
Poland seems to be like the doormat to all of Europe.
Well, Poland was the gates to the quote-unquote civilized Europe for forever.
Right.
Didn't it take them forever to convince them that they were going to be invaded? Like, I remember reading somewhere that like Britain and France were like, "You better watch out, 'cause shit's gonna happen."
Well, I mean, the thing people also don't know is that you ever heard of the Munich Agreement where Germany carved up Czechoslovakia?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Did you know
that.
Poland helped Germany do it?
Oh shit! Didn't realize that.
Poland got a sliver of land for it.
Oh.
Poland
Oh.
agreed. Poland made a secret treaty with Germany to ally with them in case
Excuse me.
Britain and France went to war over Czechoslovakia. So Poland's not exactly,
Innocent.
none of the countries over there are innocent.
Well,
Some
who could
more
possibly
so
be
than
innocent
others, but-
during a time of war?
Well, this is before wars. This is in between both world wars because you also had the Poles trying to make some little loose federation of Eastern European countries just in case the Germans or the Russians got uppity.
Right. So, I'm glad I'm starting to get into world history now. I mean, it's better late than never.
Gotta learn from it, or you're doomed to repeat it.
Yep. But then again,
I think we're doomed to repeat it no matter what, man.
oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Just remember, what man knows about history is man doesn't know about history.
Learning from your mistakes only matters if the people that are running your countries are willing to learn too. That's the thing, they typically aren't.
Well, this is because they don't care.
Yep.
I've been trying to present the analysis for a while now. That's
That you're Russian
They don't seem
and
to
Canadian.
care. No, I mean, they really don't seem to care. They're only in power for like a few years, and after that, they just in it to get their own and get the fuck out.
It's like I'm reading the book called The Cold War, and they're discussing how basically Poland was just a pawn piece, and they were blowing smoke up Poland's ass. Like, we're gonna save you. We're gonna save. No, we're not.
Oh yeah, like Churchill and
Yeah, Churchill. Yeah,
they made the deal with the Soviets to abandon Eastern Europe because they had to secure as much of like the Mediterranean and Western Europe as they could. Because
yeah.
I mean, if the Soviets had pushed on after Berlin and it had been World War II become World War III, there would have been enough Allied troops, I think, to slow the Russians down, but it wouldn't have been pretty. It would not have been pretty.
No, it would have been, especially if we didn't have the bomb and we're fighting Japan too.
Oh yeah, because
That would not have been pretty at all.
the bomb and the threat of Soviet invasion of Japan were the two things that made them cave.
Oh god, Japanese
So-
Russians. That'd be gross.
I think the only reason Churchill and FDR gave them what the Russians wanted because they needed their support in case of an invasion of Japan.
I mean, have you seen the casualty estimates for a possible U.S. invasion of Japan? It's like 1 million.
Right.
Not necessarily dead, but it's 1 million casualties. And it's
Yeah.
pushing the war until like 47 instead of 45.
Yeah, because
That would be
everybody.
political suicide.
Yeah, because Japan, kids, women, elderly, everyone would have been fighting.
It'd been like if you tried to invade mainland United States, everyone would fight to the death.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that now, but back then we would have been willing to fight to the
Really,
death.
today they'll just welcome other foreign invading armies with open arms and be like, don't worry,
Can-
we will intervene.
Can you imagine Obama was president during World War II?
Oh God, no.
How quick do you think he would give up the United States to Germany?
He'd have been like a
Wait,
Neville
he's
Chamberlain,
giving up the
perhaps.
United States to Germany right
Well,
now.
and that's kind of what he's done with Syria and all these places. He's
Yeah.
acting like Neville Chamberlain. FDR was ready and willing to go to war. He just needed a reason.
And he got his reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just scary to think that the leaders today, if they were leaders back then, how fucked their country would have been.
Yeah, I mean, think of all the greats we had back then. You had like FDR, Eisenhower, Marshall, Patton,
Yeah, we had real
MacArthur.
men.
Well, now we have Trump, so don't worry, everything's gonna be fine.
Daddy Trump will take care of everything.
Oh yes, the God Emperor. Oh boy.
It's called memeing a president into office. I would appreciate it if you would refer to him by his regal name.
His Imperial Majesty Donald the First of House Trump.
Get out, Daddy Trump.
God
He's
Emperor of the 50 states.
He's
Lord
gonna come
Protector of
in.
the realm.
He's gonna come in, and tomorrow everything's gonna be magical. We'll be the great country again.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be meme magical. That's-
Yes, it will be.
I don't mind Trump, and I actually don't think he's gonna be that bad of a president. But I'm not excited. I'm excited. I'm just not. I'm not excited for the right reasons.
Right.
What are the right reasons?
Actually, having confidence in a president, I would say.
Yeah, I don't have too much confidence whatsoever. I hated both candidates. This was the worst election, I think, on record.
Did you have confidence in Obama?
No. First time, though, I was a slave to the government, and I voted for Obama. Second time I woke up and like, what the fuck did I do?
I knew it. I knew there was something wrong with you.
Yeah, I know. It was the brain damage. I'm telling you.
I was too young to care.
Now don't you regret it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know how I felt back then, to be honest with you. It was more. I remember feeling like it was more like let's give him a shot. You know, that was basically my feeling on it.
So
Didn't
affirmative
like
action.
McCain. I didn't like Romney either.
I'm going to stick to affirmative action. That's what you guys felt. Just give him some affirmative action. Give a black guy a try.
All right, guys, I gotta leave you for now.
All right.
All right.
Good talk.
Good
We'll talk
night.
to you all soon.
Always. I guess we'll see you soon.
Later, dude.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I'll probably have to call it an hour. Or, yeah, I think an hour would probably be fine.
That sounds about right.
I've got class tomorrow morning.
There seems to be no one coming to hang out or watch. The chat is empty. Weird. probably because I wasn't. Maybe it wasn't because of. Maybe it's because I wasn't live streaming earlier. People got upset.
Yeah, you can't break the schedule, man.
It does have to be a schedule, doesn't it? Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I mean, like, you haven't scheduled your nightly ones or anything like that, but like your daily ones, sure.
Okay, maybe I should go back to doing the daily ones. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, maybe you don't necessarily want to make it like every day that you schedule it for. Like maybe like every other day. I mean, unless you really want to commit to doing it every day for 2 hours.
I
Like
just have to wait and see.
like what's it? Harmful Opinions, for example, on his Twitch streams, he does Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday for 2 to 3 hours. And that's what he commits to. And because people know when he's streaming, because he repeats it every single stream, people come back. So if you break the routine or don't say to people like I'm not doing it tomorrow or whatever, then they don't show up.
We've been doing dumpster fire regularly, but less and less people show up every time. So there's that.
What time do you do dumpster fire?
Fridays at 10.
Alright. I'll see if I can stop by every once in a while.
Well, it's not exactly a prime time. That's like mid morning for Europe, so you're only capturing, American audience that's going to be
Drowsy.
well, that's going to come in on a Friday night while they're potentially out or could be out drinking or doing some shit on Friday.
I understand that it could be a better scheduled show. But then...
I figured that show was more for Trigger. I thought that was kind of like his wind down thing. More of an opportunity to hang out.
I guess? I don't know. He started as his show, and then it's going to continue on being his show, but lately he hasn't been showing any interest in actually getting his live streaming capabilities back. So... yeah, no.
I don't know. I didn't think he was like. I mean, I watch his videos and stuff. Like, he seems to enjoy doing those because it just gives him a second to like rage and shit. But no, I didn't think he was like a serious YouTuber.
Well, me and him are talking about doing more serious things, and he seems really excited about doing more serious things. The question is that how much time I can put into it. Like, he is producing a video a day and has been steadily for a long time. To be perfectly honest, I, on the other hand, dick around a lot.
Yeah, I've enjoyed his last 2 videos. I mean, it gives him a chance to just like rant, and he rants about politics and being an ex-soldier. I mean, it's an enjoyable perspective, especially coming from a neocon. Like, it's rare to hear somebody admit that they're a neocon, because that's something that's used as kind of like a pejorative almost. So him just coming straight out and being like, yeah, I'm a neocon. Like, that's an interesting thing,
Does he listen to Douglas Murray? He's an open neocon, I think. He
Fuck if I
says
know.
he is. Pretty sure he identifies as a neoconservative. Oh, well.
I have no idea. You have to ask him. I am not a neocon. Him and I have already argued about all that shit, so.
But yeah, so yeah, the dumpster fire, we've actually getting more and more guests for it. I think I asked Liz to be on it. I'm wondering to see if I can get Kraut on it, but Kraut doesn't seem to. I don't know if that's the type of thing. That's Kraut's thing.
That would be wait, on dumpster fire?
Yeah.
That would be 6 a.m. his time.
Yes, we've had problems getting Sandre on.
Yeah. Timing's not great.
No, it's really not. But yeah, it does get views. But lately the viewership has dropped to like nothing, like 5 people. It used to go up to at least 12. So I don't know what's been happening, but I'm trying to get more guests. Someone to get people interested to tweet it out. so I don't know.
Yeah, you'll have to focus on American YouTubers. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know a whole lot of them.
Well, who are American YouTubers?
Well, I mean, there's Liz Reptile's one, but I mean, if you bring her on, she's gonna dominate your stream.
How do you know?
I know Liz pretty well. Known her for about a year now.
Okay. How will she dominate? In a good way? In a bad way? Is it going to annoy the shit out of Trigger?
She gets on and she just rambles.
Mm.
She'll just keep rambling.
So she'll drive him nuts.
Well, she does, the thing is that she's a nice person, but she doesn't have a whole lot to say. But then she'll just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. So
Why is she a YouTuber then?
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like YouTubers are people who have stuff to say.
I think she's a YouTuber because she's got 2 kids. Her her husband didn't have the greatest job, but now he's just recently been laid off. She's got a degenerative muscle disease, Ehlers-Danlos. So she can't really leave the house. So her form of contributing to the household is by doing YouTube, and she's been trying to get big on it. But yeah, she's kind of a shill, a little bit of a shill.
Okay.
Yeah, but she doesn't. She knows stuff about like American politics, but you take her outside of that wheelhouse, she's not really up to date on a lot of stuff. She knows like what's going on YouTube, basically.
Okay. So I'll just have to keep trying to find guests.
I mean, there's Nick.
Marking bed.
Marking Bad's another one.
He hasn't really expressed much interest in showing up to the show. But maybe we'll choose him to do something if he wants to. I haven't really thought about it.
Yeah, he had he was on a live stream with Tyler Preston earlier. That's kind of what I was doing. Like I didn't even mean to. I just went to investigate on what happened to Tyler, and found the live stream that he was doing with Red Robot. And then all of a sudden, Marking Bad's on there. I'm like, I feel like I'm stalking you, and I'm not meaning to.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There's always there's also Teflon's always available. There's Will, Mort.
NC Clark and Missy J. They tend to do their stuff
Who?
quite often. NC Clark, she's conservative.
Conservative chick, yeah.
Okay.
You know, as crazy as he and controversial as the other person you could always ask is Ad. As long as he's not completely drunk. No?
No, don't do that. Don't ever do that.
As long as he's not completely drunk.
Red is also usually up around that time.
I like her too.
I don't know what her I don't know what her general availability is on all Fridays. Sometimes she's available, sometimes she's not.
Okay. This week we have what's his face, Egal, some local Ontario boy who's undergoing his own mental traumas, I guess. I'm not sure what that's all about, but Trigger says he really likes his content, and he accidentally tweeted at me. So we brought him onto the. You remember the mental health at the end of the post-mental health, the end of mental health stream. He kind of showed up. So he's going to be on Dumpster Fire this week. So that'll be nice. The week after that, Based Mama's supposed to be on, I think.
There you go.
Oh yeah, she's also. I'm surprised I didn't even think of her. Yeah, she's usually available.
But she says she's having her own live stream on Friday. And I don't
She does. She has Mama Rama or whatever on Fridays.
So I'm not sure if she said she was expecting me to be on her show, which is good publicity and good exposure. But I do have the prior engagements with my Friday nights.
Yeah, she just hit 5,000 subs, I think, something around there.
You were there. We were all there. I got lots of sound, Jen. Lots of sound.
Okay, because I've got some rocks that I can start making cement with. Like I've got enough that I can
Okay.
start getting you some. So I've got a little bit started in one of the cement mixers. I mean, it's not as much as you'd like, but it's something that you can at least work with.
No, we just need like all of it now.
I know.
This is pretty much it. We need the science station and all the cement. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I guess everyone else who's getting. Who else is there? Hey,
I would
Russell.
honestly I would just honestly focus on getting healers.
It's too bad like you couldn't get Advocate's Devil to go on too, because that would be another.
You mean Devil's Advocates?
Yeah, sorry, I said that wrong. Sorry, Devil's Advocate.
Well, he only popped into the Discord today, so maybe at some point I'll ask him. He seems
Yeah.
like he's got a few things he wants to get off his chest, and maybe he'll have
Oh, yeah,
a few
yeah.
good laughs with us. I think
Oh,
He
that's-
he'll-
seems pretty decent though, so. I like
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
part.
I think that might be why Sandra popped him into the Discord.
Chat.
Yeah, he was on Sandre's BLM hangout. We were all there for that. That was a fun little show.
Was I there?
But no, it was me, Will, Sandre, and then some guy that Sandre knows. He was the pro BLM guy, and then DA came in a little bit after that.
Okay.
I think I actually remember that episode. God, how long ago was that?
I don't know. We went on forever on that because we were pulling up all kinds of fucking statistics on California and shit.
I do like Will. I keep trying to get him on. He's just fun, but I feel like he doesn't laugh as much as I'd like him to on a drunken live stream about being triggered by stupid bullshit. And his mantra to me has been so far, I have the patience of a saint. I don't know if that's usable.
No, he doesn't drink, so I mean, you know.
Drink?
I don't either, honestly, but whatever.
Okay. Hey, Russ.
I mean, I guess I'm not entertaining company for that then.
Well,
Oh, I don't drink
do
either.
you like to get triggered and laugh and make jokes?
Sure.
Okay, well, maybe we'll have you on.
Yeah.
You could be the designated sober person.
Well, we've had all kinds
Fair
of people
enough.
on. We had Synok on. We had Erwin on. Having Erwin on is always a blast. Just the most stupidest racist shit comes out of his mouth, but I know it's a joke. I think
Oh yeah, he's just joking. He's still funny as shit though.
he is funny as shit. I'm just not sure how if other people find him as funny as I find them funny. I don't know. I feel like this is turning into a bunch of interesting pressure. That's I now have to go meet a lot of new people.
Yeah, it's really all about networking, man. That's how it works.
That is how it works.
Yeah, I know Base Mama pretty well. We talk pretty much daily now, so if you need me to harass her, I'm more than happy to.
Got her. I don't think, like I said, Friday night is egal. Next Saturday, I think I've established enough of communication with her for me to figure out whether the Friday after that I'm going on hers or she's going on mine. But clearly I can't go on hers unless I do something special, like be on.
You ever think about doing something on Saturday or Sunday?
Saturdays I'm normally going on to Sandre's stream, and Sundays I think that's my only week of the day of the week where I'm not doing anything. Like on
Well, Sandre's stream's over for now. You know that, right?
YouTube. Oh, are they? Maybe
Yeah, that was his. The last one was his season finale. He's done with that for now, and then he's gonna do. I think he does a season of what is it? The
Vikings?
Deep Vikings,
Yeah.
and then after that he goes back to Sandre streams.
Okay.
So I don't think there's one this weekend. I think he ceases it for now,
No,
unless he's gonna start up another season automatically. I don't know.
no, I think he said he's gonna be done for a few months. I literally, I think I asked him about that yesterday. It'd be really bad if I forgot already. Yeah, maybe we could set something up.
Yeah, no, like weekend streams are good, especially if you can nail down guests ahead of time, and you have your like regular lineup. So you want to have like 3 people that are always on the stream, and then have like 2 guests. Because like I've noticed that like anything over 5 people,
Too much.
everybody's just talking over each other, and nobody can hear anything anyone else is saying. It just goes to shit. So I just find it funny when I see live streams and there's like 10 people in there. I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not gonna be able to understand anything anybody's saying, you know?
Yeah, no, that's never been able to be a thing. I don't know, but that means I have to like create again a network of people who are going to be reliable.
That's the point of Discord.
I said reliable.
If you guys ever pick a topic that you think I can handle, then you know I'm more than willing to help you with it. I just know that Trigger doesn't really like me.
I'll be right back. I'm getting a drink.
That's because Trigger's a big idiot.
I would say that. I think I rubbed him the wrong way. I
No, I'm fucking with you.
Okay.
I don't think you rubbed him that wrong.
I hope not. I don't try to.
He's never told me that he particularly dislikes you, and he's told me about people he dislikes. That's one of those conversations me and him do have on occasion, of him being like, I really don't like this person. So.
But at least as long as he doesn't hate me, outright hates me. I try not to be that annoying.
I don't know. Like I said, this is all about finding reliable people and maintaining a schedule. From what it seems like, people like schedules. So clearly, my approach of just making videos randomly as I please is not the best way to go about it.
Well, depends on the video. I mean, if you like doing it, but for some things, like particular streams with people, you certainly want to plan those out.
See, that's my other biggest problem, is I hate to admit it, but I suck on live streams. Live streams is not something I've ever wanted to do, and I felt like live streams is just, I don't know, something I would do to just promote myself in a sense. Like
Have you heard of the Socratic method?
Socratic, I think that has something to do with Socrates, and Socrates liked to walk around and annoy the fuck out of everybody in his village. So probably his methods are madness.
Close enough, I guess. No, just basically if you don't, this is what I do on streams when I know jack fuck about the what's being talked about. I'll just ask questions. Just keep asking questions, and then like if you don't have a question to ask, just ask something retarded. You know.
I do exactly that. If you've noticed, once in a while I'll make a really bad joke or make a stupid pun, but like I feel sometimes like people don't catch the fact that I'm joking on Sandre streams. Like it will never work with Will, because Will will go on to explain why what I'm saying is wrong, and I'm like, no, I'm just joking. He's like, it's okay, you don't have to be embarrassed. I'm like, no, but you just killed my joke completely. but no, Will's one of those people you want to have around, because he's got all this weird knowledge, and he's always online for some reason. What does he do? Minecraft, what does he do?
It's a secret.
Is he just gather information?
He'll answer for you if you just ask him. A weirdo.
Does he work for the CIA? Is he doing weird shit? Just
No,
works from home.
He's just a denizen of the internet.
Look, Russell, everyone liked the bugger little boys back then. That's one of the biggest concerns that we had about bringing back certain things about the olden days. I think we had a whole fucking 3-hour discussion about this the other day, didn't we? I think it was with Hot Potato and pedophilia acceptance, where like if you look back enough, it was acceptable everywhere all the time. But that doesn't mean that we should just let it be acceptable. But no, from what I heard, Socrates and all the rest of the philosophers were annoying little cunts back in the day who just like to walk around and annoy the fuck out of people trying to figure out how the peasants thought. Because most people don't have the ability to walk around all day asking people how they feel or what they think. But yeah, so yeah, reliability is the key there. If I'm going to have people on, it's going to have to be reliable. Trigger has been reliable for his dumpster fire, but that, again, that's his dumpster fire. Like Sigan is not reliable. She has been on less dumpster fires than I'd like her to be. I have clearly been on all of them. I think from day one, actually, when it wasn't even on my channel. But yeah, I know I've been talking about trying to create a team for a while now, just a team of people that are going to work together.
Well, I don't do shit, so
Do you want to do a live stream with me?
sure, whatever.
Do you want to live stream drunk on Saturdays?
Good. I'm drunk on Saturday, so you know that'll work out perfectly.
I usually don't have anything to do, but I don't know what I'll contribute, honestly.
Okay.
I'm following all this shit just as much to learn and figure out what the fuck's going on. So
Okay. Okay. So I guess we'll try and figure something out. Are we still trying to figure something out for tomorrow's inauguration then? We're still gonna do something, right? That shit's still happening. Or are we expecting?
Well, yeah, that's supposed to go on during your gaming stream. I can feed you information on what's happening while I'm at work because we're gonna be fuck slow anyway.
Okay.
what time is this going to be?
It's 11:30. Is when the opening statements are going to happen. 11:30 Eastern time, and then the actual swearing in should happen between 11:30 and 12, depending on when the opening statements are done.
Because I'll have a period from about noon till 3-ish where I'll be free over college, so I can
Which time?
pull over my phone. What?
Which time? Time.
Between noon and 3, I'll have a little bit of
No,
time to.
I mean, remember, global audience.
Oh.
We have different time zones.
Oh, I'm in Eastern Standard. I'm in
Okay,
Kentucky.
so you're in the same time zone as me. Okay, we'll try and figure something out. I'll probably leave an open invite.
I won't be able to stop by and like join anything, but I'll come by and listen. Say
Okay.
hi.
Thank you.
Well, that's all I do is I just throw shit in the chat at him. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to figure something out. I guess I won't be doing the gaming stream, but we'll dick around and try and figure something out. I've wanted to move the gaming stream back anyway. As much as you want to get people used to the idea that if you stream all the time, I feel like during the times I do have it set now, people are still in school. I mean, come in like an hour into it. But okay.
Well, your time zone, my understanding is you usually start at 2, right?
Yes, and I go to 4. But my analytics show that people show up around 3, 4.
Yeah, that's about the time I get home.
Yeah, so that's why I feel like I should push
On
it
a
back
bad
a little
day.
bit.
Yeah.
Like start at 3 and go till 5 instead. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm always available, and this is the reason why I kind of post the link to the Discord everywhere, so people want to talk to me or talk to me about shifting shit around, talk about doing things with me. I'm always here. That's also the danger of doing that as well.
Well, I don't know. You just, nail down. Just go by your analytics, man. Like, what I would consider this as is like your test period, because you're still trying to figure out what your audience is, and just go by whatever your audience is doing, So like if you see people showing up at a particular time frame, just put your 2-hour segment right on that time frame. wait and see how that does for a couple of days, and then if you need to modify it again after that.
Let's see, what is it? It's 12 o'clock here now, but now I have more people watching than ever. Like, this entire time I've been sitting here with 2 people in the chat, and then 3, and now we're at 4. Russell's leaving, so we're going to be back to 3 in a second. But I don't know, was it, I think it was Monday?
The other night you had like a bunch of them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really random, and I do want some kind of better analytic program that can explain or show me more of the stuff. I haven't figured out how to use the one I'm using right now. I don't know. There's still so much to learn, still so much to figure out.
It wouldn't be that complicated. Just go and, like, every 30 minutes check your chat. While you're checking your chat, just talk to people in your chat.
I have my laptop open in front of me. I do read the chat. Like, I don't have to leave the game anymore because I don't have a second monitor or a computer powerful enough to be able to do this. So I just keep the laptop open in front of me, watching the live chat, the live stream, and the chat. That's why I'll occasionally read off things that people say.
Yeah, we'll just make a note of, like, every 30 minutes or so. Just make a note of how many people you've got watching, and then if there's a peak time that obviously people tune in.
I have a browser add-on that keeps the analytics for me.
Oh,
well, it's called TubeBuddy or something. It just sits around and it actually collects all the information, so I can pull it up anytime I need, and be like, okay, so you had this many viewers at this time and this many viewers at this other time, and it'll show me, like, on average how many people watch and all that stuff.
And there you go.
Yes.
That should be enough to figure out when your peak times are.
No, but I have to go for long enough. Like, right now, I've only been keeping track of my peak times for... Shit, people only realize I'm started streaming video games, because this is video game streaming. And what, 2 weeks now that I've been able to properly stream. So my time limit is actually really small. It's still really uneven, and they haven't gotten enough information yet. So I have to keep doing it for the analytics to be more accurate and to see actual trends. Fun. I didn't know I was going to be doing this much work.
Yeah.
No, I told you it's going to be a lot.
It's as much work as you make it. So I mean, if you're
right, I could do absolutely nothing.
You could just take Trigger's approach and be like, yeah, fuck it.
I like Trigger's approach, I do, and if I had time or money or friends, I might potentially even try it one day. But again, my time is limited. Sigan is finding out whether she's getting into school or not in the next 2 months. By that point, she's going to find out whether she's going to be keeping her job in those next 2 months. And then we're going to be finding out whether we're moving across the country in the next 2 months. Regardless, I'm going to have to get a job. Or make some money. It's one or the other. So, like, life is kind of fun right now, and I should probably be doing a lot of different things. But at least this...
Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it while you can.
Oh, I am. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm trying to meet as many people as I can, why I'm trying to establish connections, why I'm trying to establish an audience, because technically YouTube I can do anywhere. I can do it off any laptop at any Tim Hortons. I can take my PC anywhere in the world with me, for the most part, and edit videos. So that's not bad. It's just, the point is that I am sitting around not doing much and learning as much as I can, until I might have to go back to school again, at which point there'll be a lot less time to sit around and make response videos to Black Lives Matter.
Well, yeah, and that's why you should do your streams on the weekends.
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I like Dumpster Fire to be there where it is right now, because Friday nights I'll pretty much always have free. And yeah, maybe we should move something to Saturday. Alternate with Sandre.
Well, yeah, see, that's the thing, is what you can do is, like, the reason he does his streams when he does, right? He does it right at, like, 12 or 1 o'clock my time, is because that puts it right at, basically right around 8 p.m. his time, or, yeah, because there's a 7-hour difference right now, I think. 8 p.m. his time, so he captures all the evening in all of Europe, and then he's got people who are like, prime time, like 12 to 1 or 2 in the U.S. So he's getting both of those audiences.
Yeah, it usually catches me about sit down and watch and eat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something to
Yeah.
think about, you know.
Hmm?
Something to think about, you know. How he
If Sandra isn't
sets
going
it
to
up.
be doing anything, then yeah, I might as well try to pick up the slack and maybe do something on my Saturday mornings or Saturday afternoons. Probably slightly later in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, the Deep Vikings is more of a podcast than anything, and then he uploads the videos to his YouTube channel, so it's not really live per se. Um, Plus, they only go for like an hour anyway. They just go over some news and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, but no, I like this idea actually. Maybe we'll do some live streams. Maybe we'll have some more people on. Maybe we'll have some other people on. Maybe it'll give us
Yeah.
an opportunity to meet more people. I feel like Troy disappeared in us, just appeared in our lives, invaded, and then just walked away.
He does that. I can get a hold of him though. And see,
Yeah.
the thing is, on Saturdays, it's much easier for me to like harass the people I know into joining the stream because I'm really good at like blowing people up on Twitter until they just cave and come to my stream, wherever I am.
Okay, okay. I'll trust you on that.
Oh yeah, I used to get all types of people. It was funny. I actually got what's her nuts? She's in Canada. She's she used to go on the Ralph Retort all the time. She's the anti-feminist Janet Bloomfield. You know her?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay.
Yeah, I got her on Potato stream once. That was funny.
Okay. As long as something's going on, though, right?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody starts talking on Twitter on the weekend, so it's really easy to just like jump in and start talking to somebody and be like, "Would you like to give your opinion about said subject on a live stream? We're live right now," and they'll just jump in.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to do that shit all the time. I was unemployed for a short time. I think March and April. That's all I would do. Just harass people on Twitter. They would come and join streams.
Okay. When am I gonna find time to go on other people's streams? Do I just have to go out and harass people until they let me into the streams?
Well, it's about having a presence and a brand, really. I mean, it's all you got to do is just keep on all of your media, like your Twitter account, your your YouTube comments and all that shit. Just have the same thing so people know that they're talking to you. And eventually people will pick up on your name. So the bigger your presence, the more likely it is that you're going to eventually have a conversation with somebody, and then you can break the ice, so to speak, and
See,
let them know.
when I live stream, I think it shows up as Loki, but the symbol always says Celerius, and Sigan is using Sigan Celerius, but my gaming tag is Loki, so like I don't know. I feel like
That
I'm
might get
getting
a little confusing.
As long as the logo's still the same. Whenever it's me, it's always black. Whenever it's her, it's always white. Or vice versa. I think my cat just attacked something.
Yeah, I don't even do YouTube videos, but people fucking know me.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
that's the because I'm just an asshole on the internet, man. I don't. This is just fun for me, but like I know plenty of people, and it's just about. It's about creating shenanigans. Like I create shenanigans on Twitter, and people start to recognize me, and they're like, "Oh, I'll bring that guy on, and let's talk to him," and then I just make an ass out of myself on their stream, and then they're like, "Yeah, I like that guy."
You are very likable.
I'm an asshole. I don't know why people like me.
Because you're an asshole.
Oh, okay.
It's what women flock to.
You're the amusing kind of asshole.
I mean, that's what people like.
Okay,
Like
hold
I
on.
said, I was watching a live stream with it was tonight actually. Andy Worski just put one on, and all they did was for like they had 2,500 people watching this stream, right? And all they were doing was shit talking Armored Skeptic. That's it. That was the whole stream.
See, now
Nothing of consequence whatsoever.
now I wish
2,500 people
I was
watching.
live streaming when we were sitting around with Sandre and fucking a Devil's Advocate and shit talking Armored Skeptic. That's literally what we were doing earlier.
Yeah, but you gotta keep promoting. Eventually, your name will get out there, and like people will pick up on it. You just have to have you gotta be like it's like radio. Like people used to tune into radio at particular hours to catch particular shows, and they would learn when the radio show was coming on. You know, if you just do it regularly, you know, and promote your shit so people know what you're going to be talking about and when, they'll come back. The same concept generally.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt to feel these are
Feel a.
libertarian this, conservative that, liberal this, progressive that, yada yada yada.
Oh. Hmm.
If you like to avoid labels, it's fine. It's just if you fit a certain niche, you'll pull in a certain crowd, so you'll get more.
Okay,
But
you've been listening over the past couple of days. You hear my fucking rants, maybe even read my rants on how much I hate fucking labels and how most labels are bullshit. But not because I don't like labels. It's mostly because labels are stupid and people call themselves things they're not. And that's my biggest problem, is that you can go out and call yourself a fucking fascist when you're just a regular liberal all you want. You can keep calling yourself whatever the hell you want. But at the end of the day, your actions speak louder than your words. And I hate the fact that people fucking get caught by shit. And I'm going to use Ezekiel as an example and say, well, he keeps calling himself a neko or whatever the fuck that shit's called. And I'm like, why? Well, why do you need to...
Para. He likes the cat girls.
He likes cat girls.
Well, no, it's like that's the reason that these labels and things catch on, is because it's a brand. You know, it's like you should call yourself the Canadian Russian.
The
Or
Canadian
the Russian Canadian.
I've been joking all week that I'm going to fucking go get my big fluffy Russian hat with the fucking Soviet Union logo in it that my dad bought me from the Russian surplus store, so it's like legit from the army or whatever, and then put on my Adidas tracksuit and do all my shit with giant aviators on and just get drunk all the time. It'll be perfect. It'll be the Canadian Russian, but like with some flavor of idiocy.
Yeah, there you go.
I was actually talking a bit with a friend about making a channel. We do a collaboration, but we never got any far. I think he has some stuff up where he's nitpicking at Uber facts, but you know, whatever.
Uber.
Yeah,
The problem
that's-
with labels
that's
is people
stream-
just don't think them through.
You know, it's really funny is that stream that I got kicked off of because I kept defending Anision.
Yeah.
I went and I looked at the comments on that video, and one of the first, because like Sonder just went and fucking started the stream and didn't fucking tell anybody, and one of the first comments on that stream was like, "That was a great opening. Thank you very much for doing that." Because it was just like rambling at somebody at the very beginning of the stream, so I didn't know we were live. Yeah, it's just little shit like that, you know. For the audience. Yeah, there's no point. Don't take it. If you take it too seriously, it gets boring. I mean, this is entertainment. This is YouTube. So you know, having a gimmick. There's nothing wrong with having a gimmick. Like if you want to call yourself the Canadian Russian or something like that, or like the Canuck Risky or something like that. You know, it's not a bad thing.
I'm sure there will be something like eventually that will stick. Like some kind of reoccurring theme that will happen, but like,
How about the Ruski Kanuki?
okay, I'm gonna want you to start pushing that at my live streams. You can call me that from this point on. See if people catch on.
Well, I mean, part of it is you have to want to identify with your names. Like mine, that's not my actual name, Frederick Graham. It's a mix of Grimm, which was my family name over in Germany before they came over to Virginia in the 1690s, and Frederick for Frederick the Great of Prussia. So it's you gotta find something that you want to identify as and put it together. I almost kind of wish I'd chosen like the Kentucky Grimm or something silly, but it's a little late.
You can still choose it. Like,
I mean, I used to be like Commander Grimm forever ago.
Mhm.
Whole over from when I used to have. I really made the damn Google account for I can't remember what reason. Spent more into Star Wars back then. I was younger, but whatever. But like, is there a reason why you pick Loki or Celerius or Imagine there's a story behind it.
um, yes. Celerius used to be a band name that I had, and it was going to waste, and I just like what it means. So I used it again. It was actually okay. To be honest, a buddy of mine, because originally I didn't start this channel with just me and Siggy. It was actually 3 of us. My buddy started doing this shit with us too. But apparently we had a falling out that I wasn't aware of at a certain point once I got into political discussions, and he just bailed out. But it was his idea to use Celerius. Do you by chance know what it means?
No, off the top of my head, no.
Okay, it's basically, fuck. How does the definition go? It's drunk or inebriated outbursts. No, it's random outbursts from drunk or inebriated people in an attempt to sound smart. So yeah, that's what that means. It's being drunk and trying to sound smart. So they turned it hilarious.
If you're going for the Russian Canadian thing, I know you noticed it with Loki, so I don't know. Dig around for something that deals with Russia and Canada. You got talk about the Soviet look with the whatever, but you just gotta find something you like, stick with it, make it unique.
I can't even say that my personality is that unique. Like I said, I was never really planning on doing live streams. I wanted to play video games. What else do I want to fucking do? There's all kinds of garbage I want to do. But I do feel like my strongest place is making my stupid videos. Just because I just like fucking putting ideas out there in short, quick, simple, digestible ways and just moving on. And that's it. I wish there was more to it, but there really isn't. I wish I could create some kind of cult of identity of the guy who's against identity. The identityless Russian fucking Canadian or whatever the fuck. But like, I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. It would be very fun. I don't know how people people can't identify with something that strives to be anti-identity, but at the same time, not really anti-identity. Identity is very important. It's perspective, and I'm more about perspective than I am anti-identity. I just don't think identity has any perspective in it anymore.
Sure, what my friend and I were thinking. I think we was gonna be the channel was like Nameless Legion or something, and he was gonna be Nemo, the Latin for nameless. The guy was gonna go German for nameless. Neiman? I don't know, but we're gonna do a little dual thing, but never really got anywhere. He had the stuff to actually kind of do a channel, but I couldn't at the time, unfortunately.
So
I also don't know what I'd actually contribute.
what subject matter do you talk about in your videos?
I don't do videos.
Oh.
I just I have no life, so I just get on YouTube and watch shit.
No, I'm very much like that as well.
I stumbled across, I don't know, someone did a video um about Gamergate that dragged Mundane Matt on. I think it was Rich Review Tech USA. This is 3 years ago. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this nonsense? And then it just went down the rabbit hole from there.
Oh.
It's been an interesting few years. Just following all this nonsense. And now, tomorrow, President Donald J. Trump. It's
It's official.
yeah.
It's one of the stupidest turns of events of all of history. We're going to see something very new. But not that new, because there's been several presidents that have been actors before him. So we'll see.
This isn't the first time we've had populists, you know. Andrew Jackson was one of the first presidents to be elected on the back of the local class, so. Who knows?
Lots of fun times.
Yeah.
Don't you just hate it when you can't steal a GIF? A GIF.
From where? You gotta
Yes.
open the page sources and find it in the code.
No, there's a fucking
Is it
cheat way to
Twitter?
do it from
Is it
Twitter.
Okay, Twitter's the only one I haven't been able to discover.
Yeah, I figured out how to do it a while ago. Basically, you go to embed tweet, and then you're able to pull it out of there somewhere. But when you save it, it just saves the JPEG.
I think I'm gonna stop streaming. I'm kind of bored. Just running around. There's not enough. What do you call it? Materials for me to use at the moment. I'll just come and hang out in the chat.
I mean, yeah, we're just talking shop anyway.
I think one of the most interesting things I've seen about all this SJW, especially the Black Lives Matter stuff, is the push for like segregation and some of the stuff. See, I'm from Kentucky, where we had Jim Crow, and my parents are kind of baby boomerish. They had me a bit later, so my grandparents were born during the Great Depression, and you know, they've got some a few retrograde ideas here and there. So it's always interesting to hear Black Lives Matter rant about segregating dorms, knowing I can go not too far to Frankfurt State Capitol, go to the History Museum, and look at, you know, pictures, posters, signs with water fountains saying coloreds and whites. So it's jarring, to say the least.
Well, I saw the research that they did, and because I fully remember the shit's being huge in the news that. Sorry, hold on. That all these black people they got together and they started researching and debating whether black people learn better audially or visually, or however the fuck they learn. And they came to the conclusion that black people only want to learn. Mostly they learn auditorily through storytelling kind of thing. That's the way they're used to. That's what their culture's always been like. And they said that they will only pay attention to things that matter to them. So they say that they don't learn as well as white kids because you guys teach white history, and white history doesn't interest black people. So therefore, they don't learn it. I almost shat myself laughing because most of the white history they've been teaching me is also not interesting to me, and I was pretty goddamn bored. So they said this isn't a segregation of white versus black. This is a segregation of us trying to give black people, or our people, the upper hand in education. And we just want to be able to teach our kids to the best of their ability. Clearly, white kids have no problem learning the way white people learn right now. And
Clearly haven't been to fucking Kentucky.
well,
It's not even just the whole the redneck stereotype. It's just
this debate is going on in Toronto, which is one of the most progressive cities in the entire world, and I'm just cracking up laughing. But like, this is the debate they kept having. So their solution to the problem wasn't actually to allow or to create segregated schools, but they implemented this weird color system. Have you guys heard about this color system? Where like if you're a kinesthetic learner, then like you like learning with your hands, then you're like a green. If you're an intellectual, then you're like a red. If you're like if you focus on facts and words and the writing, then you're like this other thing. If you're an auditory listener, then you're like an orange. And they just separate you all into colors. Have you guys ever had the honor of being put in front of the
Nope.
class and separated based on your color?
That's pretty weird. It's pretty fucking weird.
I had a few fun jokes with the teacher being like, I thought the whole point of it being inclusionist in school was that we accept everyone from every color. But she's like, no, but this isn't about your skin color. This is about your. I'm like, no, but you're still separating us based on color. She's like, no, but again, this isn't part of your skin color. This is the way you learn, and we want to group people and understand, so you guys understand how each and every one of you learns, so you guys can learn better. I'm like, but this isn't gonna help us learn any better. This is just going to let us know that like the people who are smart and intelligent are just not going to be able to work with people who need to work with their hands most of the time, because one needs to touch everything and the other one just wants to read about everything. They're like, no, you're misunderstanding the point. We're trying to discover what each and every one of us' strengths are, so we can all work together. So we can have one person from each category in the group, and everyone will get along. I'm like, yeah, no, you're still separating us by color. And she got really frustrated and yelled at me.
I never understood the point of, to become more inclusive, we must point out the differences. I don't.
Did you by chance catch my last two videos?
I haven't yet. The one about the public schools was the latest one, right?
Yeah, no. I uploaded one just a few minutes just before I started live streaming. Was the
Oh,
was
no.
was the proof
I haven't seen the past two then.
the proof of the cognitive dissonance going on. Oh shit, that reminds me, I have to link it. Alright, since nobody in fucking YouTube is responding to me, I'm gonna stop streaming.